So, what if I told you that you could build a really powerful daily English habit and it only takes 15 minutes a day? Well, in this explainer, we are going to break down exactly how to do that. We've got a simple, super effective guide that's designed to actually work for beginners.
Okay, honest question. If you're nodding your head yes right now, I just want you to know you are definitely not alone. So many of us have been right there. This feeling of being shy or scared is a totally universal experience for language learners. It's like the first big hurdle, and today we're going to get over it together.
So, here's our game plan. First up, we're going to tackle the beginner's struggle head on. Then, we'll get into what is maybe the most important step, shifting your mindset. After that, we dive into the really fun stuff, all the practical tools for speaking, listening, writing, and pronunciation. And finally, we'll wrap it all up into one simple daily habit. Let's just be real for a second. Starting out with a new language, it can feel tough. It's like your brain is working in overdrive, just trying to keep up with conversations that seem to be moving a million miles an hour. And that little voice in your head that's just terrified of making a mistake, oh yeah, that voice can be paralyzing, right? It can stop you before you even try. This right here is the honest truth for so many beginners. You might be thinking, my English is just poor, or I'm just so scared of making mistakes. Sound familiar? But you know what? The good news is that just realizing this is a shared feeling, well, that's the very first step to changing it for good. So, how do we actually get over this fear? Well, it all starts with the most powerful tool you have, your mindsets. Seriously. Before we dive into any fancy techniques or practice methods, we have got to get our heads in the right space. Because really, a good attitude is everything. This is the mindset shift we're talking about. I want you to try something. Instead of seeing mistakes as this big red stop sign, think of them as green lights. They're actually signals that your brain is building new connections and getting stronger. A lot of the time, the fear of making a mistake is a way bigger problem than the mistake itself. And here's where the real magic happens. When you let go of that fear, you make room for fun. And when you're having fun, you'll actually want to practice every day. It's not a chore anymore. This simple little shift from fear to fun is the secret to unlocking your potential and building a habit that's actually going to last. All right, now that our minds are in the right place, let's get our hands dirty. We're going to start with a skill that often causes the most, well, butterflies in our stomachs: speaking. But don't worry, we've got some simple, really effective tools to help you build your confidence from the ground up. Okay, this is your speaking toolkit, and the beauty of it is just how simple it is. Repetition is huge. Just pausing a video and repeating what you hear, that's an incredibly powerful way to train your mouth to make new sounds. And hey, if you're feeling a bit shy, practicing in front of a mirror is a fantastic, totally no-pressure way to build confidence before you try it out in the real world. Okay, so we've got our mouths moving. Now let's get our ears trained up. Listening is just as important as speaking if you want to build fluency, and thankfully, we've got some incredibly smart ways to do it right. Now, this slide breaks down some common listening habits, and you might actually be surprised by what you see here. Instead of hitting the pause button every few seconds, try listening all the way through first, just to get the big picture. And here's a pro tip for you. Use English subtitles, not subtitles in your own language. This helps connect the sounds you hear with the words on the screen, and it trains your brain to stop translating and start thinking in English. That's a huge milestone. And here it is, the 3-step listening method that's going to change the way you practice. First, just listen. No subtitles. Get the gist of it. Then, go back and listen again, this time with English subtitles on, to pick up new words and phrases. And finally, listen one more time to really soak in the natural rhythm and the flow of the language. Trust me on this, it's a total game changer. All right, we are in the home stretch now. We've covered speaking and listening, and now we're going to add 2 more really powerful tools to your arsenal: writing and pronunciation. Believe me, these small habits will make a huge difference in your overall fluency. When it comes to writing, the key is to keep it simple and fun. Seriously, just 5 short sentences a day is all it takes. And here's a little secret. Don't worry about getting it perfect on the first try. Just get your ideas down. You can always go back and polish things up later. A great way to start is to find sentences you like and just make them your own by changing a few words. Now, for pronunciation, think of it like this. Slow and steady wins the race. It is so much better to be clear than to be fast. Pay really close attention to how native speakers move their mouths. And don't be afraid to practice those tricky sounds, like th or r, in front of a mirror. It might feel a little silly at first, I know, but it is one of the best ways to build that muscle memory and really master those sounds. So, we've talked about mindset, speaking, listening, writing, and pronunciation. We've covered a lot of ground, but now it's time to put it all together. This is where the magic really happens. This is how you build a daily English habit that actually sticks.
And you know what the best part is? You don't need to spend hours and hours studying. Nope, just 15 minutes. 15 minutes of focused practice a day is all it takes to see real, actual progress. I mean, that's less time than it takes to drink a cup of coffee. It's such a small investment that pays off in a huge way. So here it is, your 15-minute daily plan. It is so simple, but it is so powerful. Each day, just pick one skill. Find one video or article or whatever you want to use, set a timer for 15 minutes, and just focus. The absolute key here is consistency. Remember, small steps are best, and those small steps, when you take them every single day, will lead you right to your goal. So, what's it going to be? What is that one small step you are going to take today to move just a little bit closer to your English goals? Remember, even the longest journey begins with just a single step. And your journey, it starts right now.